Real estate businessman Walter Umley had acquired majority ownership of the Dodgers in 1950 when he bought Rickey's 25% share of the team and secured the support of the widow of another equal partner, John L. Smith. Soon Umley was working to buy new land in Brooklyn for a new, more accessible and better ballpark than Ebbets Field. Beloved as it was, Ebbets Field had grown old and was not well served by infrastructure, to the point where the Dodgers could not sell out the park to maximum capacity even in the heat of a pennant race, despite dominating the lead from 46 to 57. New York City construction coordinator Robert Moses, however, sought to force Umley into using a site in Flushing Meadows, Queens, the eventual location of Shea Stadium, the home of the future New York Mets. Moses' vision involved a city-built, city-owned park, which was greatly at odds with Umley's real estate savvy. When Umley realized that he was not going to be allowed to buy a suitable parcel of land in Brooklyn, he began thinking of team relocation. Umley was free to purchase land of his own choosing but wanted Robert Moses to condemn one parcel of land along the Atlantic Railroad yards in downtown Brooklyn under Title I authority. After Umley had bought the bulk of the land he had in mind, Title I gave the city municipality power to condemn land for the purpose of building what it calls public purpose projects. Moses' interpretation of public purpose included public parks, public housing, and public highways and bridges. What Umley wanted was for Moses to use Title I authority, rather than to pay market value for the land. With Title I, the city via Robert Moses could have sold the land to Umley at a below market price. Moses refused to honor Umley's request and responded, "If you want the land so bad, why don't you purchase it with your own money?" Meanwhile, non-stop transcontinental airline travel had become routine during the years since the Second World War, and teams were no longer bound by much slower railroad timetables. Because of civil aviation advances, it became possible to locate teams farther apart as far west as California while maintaining the same busy game schedules. When Los Angeles officials attended the 1956 World Series looking to entice a team to move there, they were not even thinking of the Dodgers. Their original target had been the Washington Senators franchise, which eventually moved to Bloomington, Minnesota to become the Minnesota Twins in 1961. At the same time, Umley was looking for a contingency in case Moses and other New York politicians refused to let him build the Brooklyn stadium he wanted, and sent word to the Los Angeles officials that he was interested in talking. Los Angeles offered him what New York did not: a chance to buy land suitable for building a ballpark, and own that ballpark, giving him complete control over all its revenue streams. At the same time, the National League was not willing to approve the Dodgers' move unless Umley found a second team willing to join them out west, largely out of concern for travel costs. Meanwhile, Giants owner Horace Stoneham was having similar difficulty finding a replacement for his team's antiquated home stadium, the Polo Grounds. Stoneham was considering moving the Giants to Minneapolis, but was persuaded instead to move them to San Francisco, ensuring that the Dodgers had a National League rival closer than St. Louis. So the two arch-rival teams, the Dodgers and Giants, moved out to the West Coast together after the 1957 season. The Brooklyn Dodgers played their final game at Ebbets Field on September 24, 1957, which the Dodgers won over the Pittsburgh Pirates. On April 18, 1958, the Los Angeles Dodgers played their first game in LA, defeating the former New York and newly relocated and renamed San Francisco Giants before 78,000 fans at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.